I need more power. Yeah, bro, I saw this dude on Instagram. He's comparing his forehand to Alcaraz, doing like this lag thing. I think that's what we have to do. Missed that one by a little bit, but good power.
How'd it go?
Lost 1-1 to a pusher, but man, I was hitting hard today. What's up everyone, Karue here, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to generate consistent, reliable power from your ground strokes without looking like the lunatic from the intro.
If you are new to My Tennis HQ, we do tennis lessons, racket reviews, practices with pro players, and tennis content you won't find anywhere else. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button.
First of all, let me start by saying that I don't believe power should be anyone's main priority. I think having power in your ground stroke is a combination of a lot of factors: good footwork, reliable technique, clean contact. Plus, in this world of online coaching, I see a lot of nonsensical explanations and hacks to get you to hit the ball 20 miles per hour faster, and crazy, lag and things like that I don't find them to be helpful. So always be aware when you are actually looking to generate more power, gain power on your strokes, and make sure you're actually doing the right thing. That being said, of course, as we level up, creating more pace is important, right? The faster we hit, the harder it is for our opponent to go for their shots and control the points. We are going to be more in control than they are. Looking for more pace is something that I'm constantly doing also on my strokes. How can I always gain a little bit of pace here, a little bit of pace there? So obviously it is something that we all strive for. But the key is to have consistent, reliable power, right? Be able to hit the ball over and over with good pace without feeling like you're out of control, like you're gonna make more mistakes. So the question is, how can we create this consistent power without obviously sacrificing control, clean contact, and all those things? The way I think about power, it's more body related than really acceleration and racket head speed and things like that. So today we're going to be focusing on that. There are two areas that when they work together, that's where true power comes from. The first one is rotation, right? Rotation, but not just turning, coiling up. We'll be discussing that in a second. And obviously then using the ground to push yourself towards the target, to really use this rotation that we create to accelerate towards the ball and obviously make clean contacts and hit the ball with pace. Now, before we continue the lesson, a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Athletic Greens. Now that I'm not a pro athlete anymore, my training is less focused on performance and a lot more focused on the overall health of my body. I've been drinking AG1 by Athletic Greens for months now, and I couldn't recommend it more. I was never one to take vitamins or anything like that. It was not really part of my routine. But as I'm getting older, I'm pushing 30 now, I'm way more focused on my long-term health. AG1 combines 9 health products into one, supporting gut health, digestion, energy, and your immune system. Personally, I love it because it's so simple. It literally takes 1 minute to make. All I need is 1 scoop, toss it in there, and that's it. Shake it, and you're ready to go. So it literally takes no time to make, and you can just get on with your day. I personally like to drink it after lunch because my energy levels sort of drop after I eat. So it's part of my routine now to drink it after lunch. And I also don't have the strongest immune system, so AG1 has been helping me a lot in that area. Right on the mustache. The taste might not be for everybody, but I personally really like it. My tip is just to make it very cold. Put some ice cubes in there, and it makes it a lot better. And again, drinking AG1 is an effortless daily habit, and you should try it for yourself. Use the link below, and you get 1 year of free support vitamins and 5 travel packs free with your purchase, so you can bring your AG1 anywhere with you. So thanks again, Athletic Greens, for sponsoring the video. Take care of your health with AG1, link below, and let's get back to the lesson. So in order to really demonstrate that, I'm gonna ditch my racket and we're gonna get this, a medicine ball. Very important, you should guys You guys should all have these. I'm gonna link some below. But throwing a medicine ball is the best thing you can do to really understand, you know, rotation from the ground. You see, in order for me to throw this medicine ball, it's 8 pounds, as hard as I can, I really need to utilize rotation and pushing the ground to do so, right? One doesn't really work without the other, right? If I just turned, but didn't really use the ground, very hard to throw this ball. If I obviously use the ground, but don't have a turn, right? It's gonna kind of look like that. So I have to be able to do both, right? Turn, good unit turn, but then coiling up the right muscles, which we'll go over in a second, and then push the ground and explode there, right? It can be open stance, and you see I'm doing like a full motion. I'm not just going down here like this. I want like a nice full motion, kind of like a ground stroke, but here, see I step in, and you see I can really hit that by using the ground and turning and going. So let's go over step by step what I just did. Before we do that, I want you to remember this is very important. On your forehand side or on your right side, forget being righty or lefty, on your right side, if you're hitting from your right side, the power is always going to come from the outside leg, meaning the right leg on the right side, the left leg on the left side, because that's where you're gonna push. Doesn't matter if it's open stance or closed stance. See, I'm gonna be pushing off that right. Obviously, I transferred the weight from right to left. But see here, it would be my forehand, right to left, and I hit it, and on my backhand, here, it would be open stance, all right? And then closed stance, but power coming from that outside leg. You gotta remember that right hip, outside leg, that's where it's always going to come from. Power is gonna come from. So it starts with the unit turn, right? I don't want that ball to just start down here and I'm just sort of flicking at it. I want to feel like I'm, you know, playing a match. I'm gonna turn, obviously, my unit turn here. My hands kind of go up a little bit, so I have a little bit of momentum, right? So make sure you're doing a nice unit turn. So, but from that unit turn, here's a very important part. As you kind of get back here, the unit turn, it's not just a rotation, right? You're feeling like you're like coiling up, but why are you coiling up? So then we move to the load, right? And that's the part where, you know, first it starts with the unit turn. Obviously you're not immediately coiled up. It starts with the unit turn, but then we're going to get to a position. Let's say you're playing a point, right? You're gonna move, get to the position, and then you're gonna be on your load. That's the important part. Whenever you load, whenever you get to a position, you have to stop, load, and hit. That's when I want you to feel like this area right here, this general like core, glutes, hip, you know, quad, really engaged, because they're coiled up, and then you can explode towards your target. Close stance as well. Either one works, right? But as I get there, I load that, and I can go at it. And back in the same thing, I load, I can go at it. So making sure that this area here of your body, if you feel it, you feel the load, you feel the pressure, because you're gonna release towards the target. And now we go to a very important part of all this, timing. Remember I said rotating and pushing work together. One doesn't really work without the other. And you have to be able to time that load properly and time the turn properly, but especially the load, because what happens if, you know, again, we're demonstrating everything with the ball here, but we'll do it with the racket in a second. If I get to a position where I rotate, I load, great, I look great here. But like if I stay here for too long, I lose my momentum, right? Like, so if I go, and then go, a lot harder than if I have momentum. You see, I could really send that, right? So it's very important for you guys to be able to time that. Think about as you're playing, right? If you get to a position, you load a bit too quickly, you kind of lost that. These guys do it all the time. And obviously being too late to the load as well, then you won't be able to be pushing the ground. So timing everything is very important, making sure you go, everything works together. You can rip it if you're able to do that. And the last thing, which is super important, is firing all that energy to the right place. Because, you know, sometimes when I teach people that, tendency can be them like over rotating a little bit or firing to their like left or right, going too much that way. The idea is, as we get to this position, we're gonna fire this, my hip, especially, it comes from the hip really. I'm gonna fire it towards the target. The goal is to transfer all that energy towards my target, and obviously naturally I will spin around after. The problem is if you end up going like that, right, to your left. You don't want to do that. You want to fire towards the target, and then obviously I'm going to come around because of all the energy that I put into that. Same thing here, to the target, but obviously I rotate. So make sure as we're pushing the ground, push the ground, ground pushes back, right, and we fire the hip, fire everything, goes towards the target. And obviously you time that with clean contact with a good stroke, you're gonna have plenty of power. All right, so a really great way to train this is do a few medicine ball throws and then immediately hit some balls. So we do this all the time. So Jay's here, he's going to do 4 medicine ball throws in a row, and then he's gonna pick up his racket, I'm gonna feed him a bunch of balls, and he's just gonna try to like really put that into play with his racket, right? Making sure he's really hitting and accelerating through the shot. Okay, so let's do 4, here we go, around there. I'm gonna go a little bit more that way, go, boom, here you go. Let's really fire that leg, come on. Yes, really fire, come on, one more. Really fire. Good, perfect. Now get your racket, there you go, let's do 6 balls. Down the line, really fire, there you go. You see how, stay nice and relaxed with the upper body. There's no reason to over accelerate, but really put your legs into it. One more, here we go. It's actually 2 more, and 1 more. Perfect, you see, like nice and relaxed upper body, not loose, hate the word loose, but relax, you know, allowing the racket to just kind of do his job, making that clean contact. But you see how when he fires this, he gets so much power. Unreal drill, you can do this all the time. Let's do it again, Jace. Let's do open stance now. Here we go, there. Try to get, fire more, come on, what was that? Come on, give it to me. More, get that unit turn. Come on, that's it, that was the one. Here we go, one more. Unit turn, load the hip, that's it. Now let's hit it. Open stance, and feet it a little faster, go there, open, crush it. Here we go, open, good, that's it. Fire that hip towards the target. There you go, fire that hip towards the target. That's it, fire the hip towards the target. I need to see that more when we're playing. Right, so we'll have Gustavo here. As you can see, not the thickest frame, but if he puts all his body into it, he can still hit hard, okay? So let's go close stance first, turn, beautiful. Oh, there you go, great job. Come on, and fire, good. Here we go, 2 more. And fire those hips. Jeez, that was a good one. And fire, good. Now grab your racket, let's go 6 shots. Right in, try to do the same thing. Good fire. Down the line. Good, here we go. Good, here we go. Good, last one. Here you go, one more. Fire that hip, get it nice and under. That's it, good job. Let's just do a couple on the back and side so people can see. So now he's gonna be firing more, come on. Firing that left hip, right? Because it's on his left side. Can do more than that, come on, I want acceleration. There you go, there it is. One more. Good. See, now it's the left side that is taking over, right? Let's hit it on the line and engage, beautiful. And then turn, load, engage. You see, it's all about timing everything properly. Timing that step, timing that push, last 2, beauty, last 1. Nice. Good stuff. So again, you gotta remember this, gotta put it in your head. Power coming from that outside leg always, right? On the backhand side, it will be, or at least on my backhand side as I'm a righty, it will be on from my left leg, and on my forehand, you know, from my right leg. And regardless if I'm going close stance or open stance. So of course, during a live ball situation, points, you're not always going to be perfectly in position to load up and just let it rip, right? But you for sure can do it more often than you can. Again, as if we're live here, you know, I'm able to get to the ball, load, and push. Get to the ball, load, push to the target. See, I'm coiled, and then I load and push. Look how much I'm using the ground. I'm not really too worried about racket head speed. That's just happening because of the rotation. I just want clean contact. See, that was consistent power, but it didn't feel like I was actually hitting the ball that hard in terms of like, am I out of control? When you combine everything, right? All of that energy from the turn, the coiling up, pushing the ground towards the target with a nice fluid motion and clean contact, that's when you're going to hit consistently better, bigger ground strokes. And obviously, you're going to take it to your opponents just like this. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You're gonna rip some balls next time you're on the court. But beyond just trying to hit the ball too hard, there are 3 surprising mistakes that amateurs are making on their ground strokes that is holding their game back. That's why we've created a free guide that breaks down those mistakes and how to fix them. It's pretty damn simple. So just go to top3mistakes.com and download our free guide. Come on, it's free. Why wouldn't you do it? So again, top3mistakes.com, link will be in the description. And thanks for watching the lesson, and I'll see you guys on the next one.